Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you can't tell, today we're doing a book haul. I do have several other videos coming for you all. They're just taking me longer to edit than I expected. So I just wanted to film something that I could get up on my channel pretty quickly. And of course, I'm really excited to share these purchases with you regardless. We're gonna start off with the most recent one that came in the mail, which is the boxed paperback set of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have read these, I love them. I just wanted to have them on my shelves. Next up, a similar author. Well, I don't know, people might get mad at me for saying that this is a similar author, but I really love the From Blood and Ash series, so I decided to get Fall of Ruin and Wrath by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is a new series that she is starting. I did go ahead and get the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I kind of like the blue cover a little bit more, but I really wanted to support Barnes & Noble versus Amazon in this case. Anywhere that I can do pre-orders through Barnes & Noble or through Waterstones or any other company, I usually try to do that. It does end up being just a teeny bit more expensive usually, but if we don't support these bookstores, they won't be here in the future. Next up, I got the box set of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is the complete collection. I have not read any of these, so I am excited. These don't look to be super long books, but I'm excited to try these. Next up, I have a book called The Long Way. I really don't know a lot about this. I know that it had good reviews and it's about sailing, so I thought this would be really interesting. Malibu Rising. I have seen this all over the internet. Everyone loves Taylor Jenkins Reid. I haven't read anything by her yet, so this will be my first dive into this author. I really did like the cover on this, so that definitely helped sell me in picking this one as my first read. I have a book called Driving Home Naked and Other Misadventures of a Country Veterinarian. I thought this would be a really fun, unusual read. I do like memoirs and stories about farm life. My favorite book that has ever been published that I have read thus far, of course there's always the future, but this book has remained the top of my list for a long time, is The Gerbil Farmer's Daughter. And I know you're probably thinking, who the heck is this person that is going to enjoy a book called The Gerbil Farmer's Daughter? But it is a memoir about this girl's life growing up, and I would just go read the summary of the book if you can, if you're at all interested. I really, really loved it. It's not that long of a read. A couple of people have read it that I've recommended it to, and they really enjoyed it. This I picked up along similar lines. I saw this advertised. I saw a Facebook post of somebody saying that this book was going to come out, and so I pre-ordered it to support the author. I think this is her first book, but it is quoted by Temple Grandin on the cover, and she's quoted with a worthwhile read, so I have high hopes. Next up, I have another book. This one I'm gonna put kind of in the maybe self-help category for myself. I would consider myself a new runner. I have been running for a little over a year now. I just signed up for my first 10K. I've done quite a few 5Ks at this point. I really am fascinated by the ultra running world. I'm fascinated by people who can really push their bodies mentally and physically to run these insane distances. This book is Let Your Mind Run, a memoir of thinking my way to victory. If I remember correctly, she is an ultra runner. This is by Dina Castor and Michelle Hamilton. I am really excited to read this. I feel like there's not a lot of books out there about running, or as memoirs or advice, when it comes comparatively to other sports, I guess. If you have any recommendations, please let me know, but this is the first one I'm going to pick up kind of in this unique genre. Along the lines of memoirs and farm life, I picked up Animal Vegetable Miracle by Barbara Kingsolver. I read Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver earlier this year in a book club that I'm a part of, and while that story was not probably the favorite thing I've ever read, I did really appreciate the quality of Barbara's writing. And this book was also recommended to me along the lines of just enjoying farm memoirs, memoirs in general, and I believe this does also take place in Appalachia. I had gotten this out of my public library and started to read it and realized that I really wanted to annotate it. I didn't want to just read it and forget that I read it, so I got my own copy so that I can highlight and write in the margins and all of that good stuff. Picking up a different genre, this is Court of the Vampire Queen. I picked this up by recommendation from one of my friends. I think that this is just going to be a fun read. This is by Katie Robert. I have read Neon Gods and I really liked it, so I think I'm probably really going to enjoy this as well. Another one in the fantasy genre, again, this is another one I picked up from Barnes & Noble. This is To Shape a Dragon's Breath. And I had actually not seen this book advertised anywhere. Didn't see it on TikTok, didn't see it on YouTube, any BookTube videos. I just saw this on the Barnes & Noble table. Lastly, I have a self-help book. If you all are familiar with Taylor King, she worked for Alicia Marie, lives out in LA, and is a serious hustler when it comes to her career. I saw that she had gotten this book called The Defining Decade, Why Your 20s Matter and How to Make the Most of Them Now. I thought that, you know, I'm in my mid-20s and I think that this would be a really great book to read before my 20s are over. I definitely feel the pressure of today's society to accomplish and achieve quickly, like hard and fast, you know? And so I think that this would be a really great read for me. So yeah, that's all the books that I've purchased recently, and I'll try to keep you updated on which one of these books I read, how I like it, and I'll try to drop some good reviews. Thanks for watching.